We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, run! Here we go, son.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throws right side, and that's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now a 2nd and 10.
On red. Go, go. Here we go, son.
Up the middle, it's Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You talk about this Jets defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big difference in the game? Their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
Sink right. Silver.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A bold play call there on 3rd down, and they almost picked it up.
They almost got there, as you just noted. Brings up 4th and inches. And you know what I'm a big advocate of if you're going to go for it here, and I think that they should? Quarterback sneak. Pick up the 1st down, get a fresh set, and then go for the end zone.
Okay, and on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, red.
They run. It's Williams. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
On play action, they'll throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. and they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Jets at 5-3 now on the year, and they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Third down and 6. Now back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
You look at this Steeler defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss, because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They go play action with Lawrence. He'll buy some time. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Moore, the man in motion. Here's 2nd and 8. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Jacobs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
All right, let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kyron Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the return will stop right around the 25. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Hey, easy, Ralph.
On play action, Lawrence. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle they go. Redmond. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Josh Palmer, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Now Lawrence to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Redmond. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Pardon, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first
Hey,
down.
lion.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 2nd and 2. They run it again with Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Hardman on the return. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Here's Lawrence. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Hey, run. Here we go.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This now a 3rd and 4.
Hey, go gold. Go gold. Silver.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Moore, the man in motion. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And this throw will be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the... Allen hit. He lost the football. Oh, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
They'll run on first down. Redmond, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Here we go, son.
They'll keep it on the ground. Redmond. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 141 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. The York on now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they forced big turnovers already. and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here we go, shot.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30.
You've got to know as a quarterback that it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. A give to Williams, running right. And he's got room. Still going inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. 198 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Ralph.
Williams, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. In motion left is Higgins. Jacobs going to try the middle. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Lawrence will throw, escaping the pressure right. That is caught. It's Williams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
On red. Here we go, sir.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Liking 18.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Ready? Here we go. Shot. Go.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
Now a carry for Allen. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll
Here we
need
go.
5 on this play to move the sticks.
Ready, ready.
They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Ready, break. Silver.
And they will take a knee here.
Lisa 24.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'll be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on.